Okay, so we've got a lot of Skyebrows related content to get through. And so first I'm going to go for some older ones that I should have reacted to a while back but did not. March of the Phoenix by A Wild Iraqi, 12 days old. Still haven't reacted to it, and everyone else has. CounterIntelligent has this one, Based Chud, which I've not looked at. I reacted to this one and this one previously. Eli Lee has, he's a new guy, and he has this video that is very new. Look, 1 day ago. And then the Sir Squintifier has the meme team. He's also new, and this video is 2 days old, so that's a new one. We've got Enter 2 Credits, a 2-day-old video. FreeSkye. We've got DepthsWalker came up with a new video, and I decided to go for the new one, even though I haven't caught up on his old stuff, just because, you know, I like to do that sometimes. And look, only 5 hours ago. And then Psychro has one, this nuclear halo one that everyone has been talking about and reacting to. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we got 7 videos again. I'm going to try to get through all of them in this reaction pack because I do have to pack them together in order to catch up, because there's so much wonderful Skyebrows content coming out. And it's actually a wonderful problem to have, because there's so much to anticipate, good stuff to look forward to seeing. Okay, so let's look at this one first. March of the Phoenix. This was both fun and challenging. Creating the animations for my first video was hard. Yeah, this was his first video. There's more than 100 clips strung together, tweaked, tuned, and edited to fit the runtime of this song. Thanks to Skyebrows and everyone for all the love and support for Look to the Sky. So Look to the Sky was his previous, that was music and a still picture only. It was not animation. Okay, and nothing else in the description. Okay, so let's make it big. And this character here is A Wild Iraqi himself. And I'm going to try to do my usual thing of do one watch through with no pausing or almost no pausing, and then do like a second super pause watch through. So let's rewind it. And oh, I should drink a little tea first so my throat doesn't get too dry. Okay, there we go. Good tea. Okay, let's go.
Storm inside my chest, it grows like thunder pounding where no one knows. The mirror cracks, but I won't fall. I've built a fortress 10 miles tall. The empire that hunts and enslaves the broken masses, the end of days.
So many fights, so many deaths.
We'll fend them off to our last breath.
The ground will quake beneath our feet. A march of thunderous war drum.
They will feel the tips of all our spears. This everlasting fight and tear. We are eternal flames,
Burning brighter through the pain.
crush us down, we rise again.
You can't extinguish lighting up the darkest sky.
Call your legion, sound the horn.
The iron throne is cracked and whole.
We rise in fire, your final fight. The phoenix burns, terror dies tonight.
Okay, and then it's got the campfire flame symbolism that the Skyebrows community uses so much. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and do the super pause reaction. But first, I wanted to say that I do not like the music as much as I liked the other two musical things I've heard from him. Let me show you the other two. Let's go to videos. Okay, here we go. So the other two are SCU anime opening, which I already reacted to and really liked, and then Look to the Sky, which I already reacted to and really liked. So these two songs I liked a lot better than this song here. And one of the reasons why is because I think March of the Phoenix, it's hard rock, which I like, but I think it goes a little bit too hard for me. Like, my taste is hard, but sort of like mild hard, and this is a little bit harder than I like. Another thing is the vocals. There was a female voice and a male voice, and I think that did work well, but the vocals went into the scream singing too much, and I almost never like the scream singing. So the fact that this song had a lot of it was one thing that made me not like it as much. And another thing is I think this song was a little bit too long. It's nearly 6 minutes. I think if it had been probably about a minute shorter, I would have liked it a lot more. So anyways, let me go through, and this of course is A Wild Iraqi himself. And then we got Nux Taku, and I noticed that on his various appearances through here, he's usually animated pretty well, and sometimes the error happens that his mask suddenly disappears and it appears on his face. That's probably an AI error. It can be hard to keep the AI from doing stuff like that. But if it is on purpose, I think it works well that it like suddenly jumps onto his face, and maybe he has additional powers when it does so. I don't know. So maybe it's on purpose, but it might be an AI error. Okay, and then this woman that appears here, and then she also appears at the end here. I do not know who she is. I kind of suspect that she might be someone that A Wild Iraqi knows personally, but yeah, I do not recognize her at all. And then, oh yeah, and then we got Lord Intellectual, and I think this is probably Skyebrows himself, although he doesn't look like he usually does, but probably Skyebrows, because look, he's in black and white, and he looks like Skyebrows, and Skyebrows is always in black and white, or nearly always, and so I think that's him. Okay, and then when he, so A Wild Iraqi, I notice his mask color changes to black occasionally, which I had not seen at all otherwise. And I was kind of wondering if maybe, is this on purpose, like sometimes his mask is black and sometimes it's white, or is it like an AI error? Because I know the AI will sometimes decide that certain things are a certain color and it won't let you change them. It just makes them the wrong color, like happened with my hair color in the cameo that I had in the Nihilith music video, You Are Made of Fire. The AI just really wanted to give me black hair, so sometimes things like that will happen. The AI just wants to do a certain color, but maybe this is part of his lore and his mask does change color. I'm not sure. And then Lord Intellectual.
A stone inside my and
then I wanted to show these band members here. These are people that I do not recognize. So either VTubers I don't know, or maybe they're like family members and friends of A Wild Iraqi. I'm not sure.
And it slays the broken masses, the end of days.
So many fights, so many deaths.
We'll fend them off to our last breath.
The ground will quake beneath our feet. A march of thunderous war drums.
They will feel the tips of all.
Okay, and then here is Leaflet in an environment like she has in her Slimecore radio videos. So she has a channel called Slimecore or Slimecore Radio or something like that, and where she makes a whole bunch of AI music, usually not with animation to go with it, but sometimes she'll put animation with the better ones. So anyways, this is Leaflet, a slime girl VTuber, and I think she's like half Fae as well.
Our spirit, this everlasting fight ends here. We are eternal flames,
burning brighter through the pain.
crush us down, we rise again.
You can't extinguish our name.
Signal your king, a phoenix tearing through the sky.
The ground will quake beneath our feet. You can't extinguish our name.
Okay, and then I think this guy is probably Creamy Manjaro, and I'm not sure who the people with red eyes lurking in the forest are, but maybe they're like anti-AI trolls. I'm not sure about that.
Your king, a coward's plea.
We'll stand.
Okay, and then here is the same guy, and does this have something to do with Night Owl? I'm not sure if this has something to do with Night Owl or not.
To watch you flee.
Okay, and then here's Lord Intellectual and Lady Intellectual, his Rule 63 counterpart. She is not a separate person. So anyways, they both have the mask that is half white and half black, even though you can't see the black half here.
Destroying me.
We are eternal flames.
The darkest sky.
The phoenix burns.
Oh yeah, and he has some really like super detailed shots like this one that I really like. And look at how you can see all the like shimmering colors in the white silk of his shirt or whatever it is. That's really cool. And I wanted to show you, I'm not seeing exactly where it happens, but there's a couple places where the cat girl singer here, she's like lip syncing to the male singing voice. So there's a couple of weird things like that happens. And then there's also times when he is singing, and like suddenly this part of his mask disappears and you can see his mouth underneath. And that's sort of like a weird looking error that kind of shook me a little bit. Let's see. And yeah, it's just mostly the same kind of animations. I don't think there's any additional characters in here that I missed. Okay. So it is good, not as good as the other stuff I've seen from him, but that makes sense, especially since I took so long to watch it that he has improved in the meantime. Okay, so yep. And this is older than March of the Phoenix, but it is a better song, but has no animation. Okay, so now CounterIntelligent. I've reacted to 2 of his things, this one and this one. And in the time I have been falling behind, he came out with 2 more. I can only get one of them today, and I'm going to try to get the oldest stuff first on most of these people, although sometimes I get excited and go for new stuff. So let's go for Based Chud. Okay. Let's pause. Let's look at the description. An AI slop song about the Chuds called Based Chud. Re-upload to include people I've actually watched now. So I guess he made a new version of this song where he put more cameos in there. I think that's what he's saying. And and there's a cameo list so I can cheat. Skyebrows, Leaflet, Nexenor, Keen, Vesper, Night Owl, and Ember Paradox. Okay, so very good. So make sure that you look for the links in the description of this video so you can go to his video and use his description to go to all those people's channels. Okay, let's go backwards. And gonna do the same thing, a one non-pause watch through and then the super pause watch through. Let's go.
He dropped Chud in the text like a mic. Thought it hit but it bounced back psych. Scroll back, we're still here. Not a thing to fear. Streaming in the clear while my fans all cheer. You called me Chud, I called your bluff. Turned to a dud, not up to snuff. Ran out of lies, I'm not surprised. Like a great sunrise, we have arrived. You called me Chud, but it gets overthrown. Boils your blood, then I claim the throne. Thanks for the assist, your attacks dismissed. Your ideas in decline, while your hate were divine. You try to strike at a spine. Now it's a crown I wear online. You call me Chud, but it gets overthrown. Boils your blood, then I claim the
Okay, so that was good. I liked the song. It was definitely good. Not a great song, but definitely good. And let's rewind. Okay, yeah, I like these sort of like echoing beats. That's one of the things that I do like about this song. So Rev says Dezu. And then here is Kirsha. And here is Leaflet. She's a slime girl, but she has this human form. And I think she's also like half fae, which might be why she's with the mushrooms and she's got a fairy in the background. I think this is a generic fairy and not a specific VTuber. Okay, and then here is Eustace the Useful. Look at this. This is a really good design for him. Yeah, look at this. And there's hardly any errors in the background when I pause. There's some like smudging and pixelating, but yeah, hardly any errors.
Like a mic.
And then Banana Juju, she does not have her monkey ears or her monkey tail, but it's really hard to actually get the AI to do that, I've heard. So a lot of people have her like this, but she is a monkey girl. She's supposed to have monkey ears and a monkey tail, but the AI just doesn't like to cooperate with that.
Thought a hit, but it bounced back psych. Scroll back, we're still here. Not a thing to fear. Streaming in the clear while my fans all cheer.
Okay, and then Ember Paradox.
You called me Chud. I called your...
Okay, and then I'm not sure who these are, but I suspect that they're VTubers. Let's see. And then we got Nux Taku, and he's in a church again. Yeah, he's Jewish. I don't know how enthusiastic he'd be about going into a church. I mean, I've seen Jews in church, going, if there's some kind of event and they have a lot of Christian friends, they might pop in there briefly for a non-church type event that happens to be in the church. But yeah, it's a little bit weird for me to see him in a church when he's Jewish.
Surprise, like a great sunrise, we have arrived.
Okay, and then all the people on this side are exactly identical, and then the people on this side are varied. So I think this represents the left, and in particular the extreme left, where people have decided that everyone needs to have exactly conforming opinions instead of the natural variety of opinions that would normally exist. Yeah, so I'm sort of the kind of person that I think that liberal and conservative are kind of like the yin and the yang, that they both need to exist and they both need to have nearly equal amounts of power, and sort of each one, waning and waxing as the years go on. But there's definitely an imbalance in recent years because people have decided that if you're left-wing, you got to have a giant list of opinions that are all exactly the same as all the other left-wing opinions of other left-wingers, and that's just not how it should be.
You call me Chud, but...
Oh yeah, and then this is a reference to another video where Ember Paradox stepped on Lord Intellectual. I forget what other, but yeah, this isn't the original video where it happened. There was some other video where it happened. I'm trying to remember which other video that was, or actually maybe it was this video, because this one is 7 days old and I'm behind on videos. So maybe the one everyone was talking about and showing screenshots from, maybe it was this one. I can't remember. It was either this is a reference to that other video, or this is the video where it happened. I forget which.
It gets overthrown, boils your blood.
Okay, and there's Hassan and his dog Kaya. And I think this is referencing an incident that actually happened while he was streaming that anyone else would have been permanently banned for. I can't remember the details of it though. It seems familiar though. Oh, wait, he's shocking his dog. Yeah, but I don't think the remote for the dog shock collar looked like that. Wasn't there like a separate incident, not just the dog shocking? Yeah, but yeah, the shocking his dog is the really big scandal. And then Leaflet putting the crown onto Asmongold, and I think this is referring to how she sort of treated him like a king and a hero in her Put Them in the Box music video.
You call us Chud. We are.
Okay, and then here's Silas Frostrunner. I really like this particular form of him. It just looks so amusing. Oh, and of course it's got the 4 ears error that AI likes to do. I think his actual model does not have 4 ears, if I'm remembering right. Yeah, because hardly any of these VTuber models actually have 4 ears. A few do, but hardly any do. And I'm thinking that his does not, but it can be really hard to prevent the AI from doing the 4 ears error, so a lot of people just let it do that. Even Skyebrows himself has let the AI do the 4 ears error. Okay, and then here is Keen as a pirate crossing the Delaware. So he's like George Washington crossing the frozen Delaware River. And he actually, in the last song, let me get it open. Let's see, the last song here. Yeah, so when I reacted to No Black Pill, Keen had a scene in there where he was Paul Revere, and I totally whiffed on that. I did not get that reference, but here Keen is George Washington crossing the frozen Delaware.
Like a fly, you're just a joke. Laugh that you.
Okay, and then here is Straubs, or Darling Straubs, Revsis Dezu's wife. Okay, and then this is the like blue-haired elf guy foaming at the mouth that was locked up in jail in the previous CounterIntelligent video, No Black Pill. So he had elf ears, blue hair, and he was foaming at the mouth, and he got locked up in a mental institution in that video. So I don't think this is someone specific, but it could be.
I'll be your villain.
And then this is Vesper, Vesper Unfiltered.
While we're just chilling.
I like the way that the dog heads on Cerberus got like much bigger as they were all eating the steak. That was a funny looking thing.
Just chilling. It's been.
Okay, and I think this is Gavin Newsom, because the California flag is on the wall. So this is probably Gavin Newsom. Hopefully Nick Shirley's investigations into the homeless in California will make it so that he can't run for president. I really do not want to vote for him. I don't want to vote for him, but if he does run for president, I'll probably have to. I'll vote for him, and then I'll go home and cry. But what I'm really hoping is that Nick Shirley takes him off the presidential ticket so that I don't have to vote for him. I really super do not want to vote for him.
Turns out it was you that I was killing.
Okay, and then I think this is a generic angel and a generic demon in this scene rather than specific VTubers or someone.
Here's the plot twist. After you list, thanks for the assist. Your attacks just missed. Your ideas in decline while you hate the divine.
Oh yeah, and this is Notre Dame, famous, very old cathedral in Europe. I'm trying to remember what country it is. Is it like France or Germany? Not quite sure what country it is, but somewhere in Europe, Notre Dame. And it very famously had a bad fire, and then they took forever to reconstruct it. And then they reconstructed it in ways that are like sacrilegious and historically inaccurate. Like, you know, even if you didn't think it was sacrilegious, you'd at least want to be historically accurate and put it back the way it was, since it's such a historical landmark, but they didn't do that. And I can understand maybe a little bit of that. Like, there was lead in the rafters. So they used lead in the rafters, and that's one of the reasons why the ashes were so toxic when it burned down, and it took so long to clean up, because those ashes were full of lead, and that's super toxic. So I can understand why they didn't want to just slap a bunch of lead back up there. But other than that, you know, they should have recreated it like it was. That's what they should have done, and it's really awful that they didn't do it.
You try to strike at a spine. Now it's a crown I wear online. You call me Chud, but it gets overthrown.
Oh yeah, and I haven't really been commenting on the lyrics. I've been forgetting to, but yeah, Chud is the thing that a lot of the trolls are calling all of the Skyebrows who are gathering around Skyebrows. They're calling us Chud and all sorts of other things. But a lot of people are saying, yeah, we're Chuds. We're going to embrace the Chud label. So that's the based Chud. That's what this song is about. Okay, and then is this Hassan? I think it is. Yeah, you don't wear the Soviet Union symbols. That's just evil. Okay, and then we got Kirsha or Kirshe. Oh, sorry, I'm struggling with a cat. He really wants to get onto the microphone. Okay, and now he wants onto the keyboard. Okay, you are not going onto either of those things. Okay, let's go. And then Lord Intellectual. And Nux Taku again, and he doesn't have the masks hanging on the side of his head, but you know, when he does have it on there, the AI, I've heard people say it seems super determined to create errors. So sometimes people just leave that mask hanging on the side of the head. They leave it off altogether, or they might put it down on his belt like Don P. Bongwater was, or other strategies like that, just to try to get the AI to behave better. And then this is Gaming Syndicate. And the flag of Iran being burned while the Iranian people celebrate. Oh, and this is the new flag since the revolution, since the evil people took over. The old flag, I think it was nearly the same, but it had a lion on it here. And people are like going to go back to the old flag now, or something like that is what I've been hearing. Oh, and there is Night Owl, and this is his new model where his hair is a little bit different, and he's got this color shirt underneath his black hoodie. And a lot of people will put an owl on his shoulder or near him to help cement his identity. Okay, and Golden-Eyed Trump, who is Silas Frostrunner's brother. Oh, and also a reference to Skyebrows videos where Golden-Eyed Trump appears a lot. Submit, resign. We're on the set, guys. And then here is CounterIntelligent himself. Let me show you. Yeah, see, that's his icon right there. That's his own self-depiction. Okay, and then I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what it means. Okay, and then Kirsha or Kirshe again. I can't figure out what to say. I often mispronounce it. Okay, and then this is Psychro, the friendly survival specialist. We've got a video by him lined up for later on in this. Oh, and when I pause this, I really like this background. Look at how detailed this background is. I don't see any errors. Oh, I do see one error, like these two glasses are kind of merged together. But yeah, a really detailed, really beautiful, and almost error-free background. I really love this background. And this is, wow, it's sometimes the AI looks really horrible if you pause it at the wrong moment, but it looked really smooth when I didn't pause it, the dancing movements. So this is Mizuki in her white furred form, which I think she doesn't use anymore. I think she just uses the black furred one, but maybe she uses the white furred one some of the time. I'm not sure. I don't watch her enough to be sure. Okay, and then this is Griffin Knight. And then Nick Shirley at the Quality Learning Center. There's a whole big story behind that. He's got tons of documentaries, but this documentary was the one that really made him famous. About Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, and I think these are just a generic angel and generic devil again. And then Celestium. Okay, and then we've got Mavlek and the X Count. And I noticed that people are a lot more successful in making him not look like a cat girl. The earlier videos, including ones by Skyebrows himself, often made him look like a cat girl. But now they're getting better and better at making him not look like a cat girl. And then this is Powder. She can be hard to recognize because she has a lot of different details about her that sometimes change, like her old model had horns, and then sometimes she's Amelia, and then her clothing actually changes quite a lot too. So it can be hard to recognize her sometimes, but if you see long white hair and the elf ears, usually that person will be Powder. And then here's Leaflet with the Throne, and I think this is a reference to one of her videos that I haven't seen. I'm like super behind on Leaflet videos. Okay, so let's give it the thumbs up. And did I remember to thumbs up the other one? I can't remember if I did or not. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we thumbs up that one. And let's get it up again. Okay, yep. Okay, and then the next one is Eli Lee, Charged Up. So this is a really new one by a really small creator. And okay, it says my first attempt at a full AI-generated animation music video using the S-Gen Agent suite of tools. So Nano Banana, Sora 2, VO, Kling, etc. and music by Suno, assembled and exported with DaVinci Resolve. There are several detail hallucinations that I didn't have the time or technical expertise to correct, since certain AI models tend to have an aneurysm with my model's designs, unique features. There's also a bit of Rule 63. I thought they were good enough, so I kept them. So yeah, the AI was trying to put in weird details, so he just gave up on some of those weird details. And okay, so there's also some aspect ratio problems. Okay, so Eli Lee, let me show you. He's got this model here. Okay, so this is what he looks like. He's like, is he an electric eel? He's got the lightning symbol, and he kind of looks like an eel. So, and then look, the electricness. Yeah, he is an electric eel. It says right here. I should have noticed that. Okay, so Let me make it big, and then I'm just going to have to cough and drink a little bit of tea before we get started. Okay, here we go.
Deep in the trench I was hiding. Little blue spark kept it silent. Watching those waves roll above me, afraid of my own lightning. Cold current crawling my spine. Heartbeat stuck on standby. Then a voice cut through that silence. You're not alone this time. Heard a signal in the static. Can you feel it? Every peel said you belong. All these minds around me shining. Now my tail's humming like a song. I'm charged up. Glow in the dark, I'm waking up. From the deep end I rise enough. Every scale it bright. I'm charged up. Whole crowd buzzing when I rushed from the shadows to the front. I've been waiting just to light this world, yeah. I'm charged up. They mapped the maze in my head, turned every doubt into thread. Wove me a net made of voices, held me when fear and red. Now the tide moves with my heartbeat, ripples answer when I speak. Every cheer feels like a current running stronger through the deep. Every fleck of air reflected, do you hear it? Turn my tremble into roar. Now this pulse I keep protected is the key to every goal. I'm charged up. Glow in the dark, I'm waking up. From the deep end I rise enough. Every scale it bright. I'm charged up. Whole crowd buzzing when I rush from the shadows.
Okay, so that was really cool. Let me reload it. Okay, so I like the like what do you call it? The club beat or something. Oh yeah, let's do that before I forget. I like the club beat kind of feel that this has, and let's go in there. I saw a lot of the things he mentioned in the description. Let's go. So this will be the super pause reaction. Oh yeah, and these three people that appear in the very beginning scene and in the bookend very end scene right here. Yeah, see, they appear there too. I'm not sure who they are. Maybe they're like his friends in real life or something, or maybe they're people like VTubers or whatever that appear elsewhere in the video, but I can't really recognize them because I'm just seeing their backs and they're in silhouette. The sunlight is making them mostly silhouette. So I'm not sure if these are specific people that I should recognize or not. Okay, and then we got the main character himself, Eli Lee, and as we saw, he's an electric eel character, and I did see some weirdness with his tail not seeming to be attached to his body, but yeah, it's probably pretty hard to get the AI to behave like that. And I like this intro scene where it says like Cam 4, and so it's like black and white and sort of grainy surveillance video showing him walking down a street. So that's a cool effect there. Okay, and then one of the things I noticed is I didn't pause because, you know, I was doing a no pause react, but I did notice it says Sky City. So see, it says Sky City and it says AI Tech, and then Neo Tokyo, which Neo Tokyo is a city that appears in a lot of different anime. And then some of the stuff, does that say NVIDIA Corp? I'm not sure. And then that seems to be like maybe Chinese or Japanese writing, and it's really distorted. And Cyber Cafe maybe, and then Nyber something. Yeah, so some of the text of Cyber Life, Cyber Life something, Cyber Life Mart, maybe Cyber Life Mart. Yeah, so anyways, and then we got the futuristic AI fueled city. And then this, I think, is the one, see how it kind of looks squashed? I think this is the one where he said he had to change the aspect ratio, and that's why it looks squashed.
Deep in the trench.
But yeah, for the most part, good AI animation. His model does keep changing a little bit. And I like the story here where he's like an electric eel who's kind of afraid of his own electricity. But then because of the encouragement of Skyebrows himself and the various Skyebrows and, you know, the Skyebrows crew, the Skyebrows army gathering underneath him, he is encouraged to use his electricity and get charged up. So that's a cool storyline for this video.
I was hiding, little blue spark kept it silent. Watching those waves roll above me, afraid of my own lightning. Cold current crawling my spine, heartbeat stuck on standby. Then a voice got through that silence.
Okay, so see, here is Feeble Mind, and here is Skyebrows himself, and they're talking to him through these written messages. And let's see, I can't really read the messages, so probably just AI distortion for the messages. But yeah, they're giving him messages and saying, hey, you can do it. You can create this AI video, and then he did it.
You're not alone this time. Heard a signal in the static. Can you feel it? Every ping said you.
Okay, so this is a giant cameo thing. I think some of these, like this, might just be generic cat girls. But here is Chiral Chikage. He tells people to call him Chi. Here's Eustace the Useful. There's Lusty Lynx. There's Mizuki in her Blackford form. I can't see who that is. Let me use the less than and greater than keys to try to get the person in view better. Okay, so this, no, it's not going to show me. Not sure. I would say Reaving Mango if I could see a mask here, but I don't see a mask here, so not sure. Psychro, the friendly survival specialist, and there's Leaflet. And let's see if I can see any of the other. No, I can't see. Okay, and then, yeah, I think these two are just generic bunny girls, and I think this one is a generic cat girl. This one, I'm not sure. Looks like Night Owl, but has cat ears, so probably not him. But then again, the AI will sometimes do stuff like give people cat ears, and you can't necessarily tell it no, because sometimes it just won't cooperate. So maybe this is Night Owl.
All these minds around me shining. Now my tail's humming like a song. I'm charged up, glow in the dark, I'm waking up.
Okay, and then here's a whole bunch of people, and he mentioned Rule 63. I see Rule 63 Nihilith. So, and yeah, it can be really hard to get big scenes like this done correctly, because the AI will insist on doing things that you don't want it to do the more characters that you put in a scene together. Okay, so let's see. Okay, pink-haired cat girl, not sure. This one, not sure. This one could be Underworld Fox VTuber. This one is female Nihilith. This one might be Nasky Holy Goddess, but I'm not sure. Is this Shoe on Head? Yeah, there's a shoe on her head. Yeah, I think this is Shoe on Head here. Lusty Lynx. This is probably Powder. Ember Paradox. Looks familiar, but I'm not sure who it is. And then whose face is being covered up? Purple, with the face being covered up here. This could be Venetrix, I suppose. And these people in the back, they're just too smudged. If they are supposed to be specific people, I can't identify them. They're too smudged.
From the deep end, I rise enough. Every scale it bright. I'm charged up, whole crowd buzzing when I rush from the shadows to the front. I've been waiting just to light this world, yeah. I'm charged up.
Okay, so now let's go backwards again. Okay, so I think... Okay, so she is dressed like the one that I was pretty sure was Shoe on Head before, because it kind of looked like there was a shoe on her head, although it was really smudged and hard to tell. So I think this is probably Shoe on Head again. This is Eustace the Useful. This is Mizuki with her black fur. This is Powder, and this is Leaflet, and this is Nihilith.
They met the maze in my head, turned every doubt into thread, wove me.
Okay, let me keep going.
And
okay, so Chiral Chikage, Eustace the Useful, Feeble Mind, Lord Intellectual, Lusty Lynx, Mizuki, Powder, and I think this is Shoe on Head.
Voices held me when.
Okay, and then another scene. We got a lot of the same people. Who is this with the stripy tail? Okay, who has a stripy tail? Oh, a stripy tail and blue ears. Oh, Oh wait, that's Eustace. Okay, I see the dunce cap. Yeah, there's the dunce cap. So this is Eustace the Useful, and Nihilith, Leaflet, Lusty Lynx, I think, or is that Kirsha? Not sure. And then I think a lot of these are generic cat and bunny girls. And then Mizuki, not sure. Okay, let's keep going.
Held me when fear and red. Now the tide moves with my heartbeat, ripples answer when I speak. Every cheer feels like a current running.
Okay, so I'm not sure what was going on with the eyes there. Is this some kind of symbolism? Or is this like one of his powers? Does Eli Lee have some sort of power that causes his eyes to change? I'm not sure what that is.
Every cheer feels like a current running stronger through the deep. Every fleck of air reflected. Do you hear it? Turn my
Okay, so we got, looks like Smugalana in her fox form. These two look exactly identical, and they both resemble Mizuki. So I wonder if the AI just copied them. Not sure. Or wait, is this that one? Oh, I think I know who this is, but I can't think of the name. Okay, and then Lusty Lynx, but she's got a halo for some reason. And then the dunce cap, so I think it's Eustace, but doesn't look at all like him. It's a human girl with gray instead of being a ginger cat. So I'm not sure. Okay, and then there's Lusty Lynx, and she's really happy about his electricity. It's being reflected in her eyes.
Low in the dark, I'm waking up.
Oh wait, was that Lusty Lynx? Yeah, that was Lusty Lynx. Okay.
Low in the dark, I'm waking up. From the deep end, I rise up.
And look, it says Eli's Energy and Sky City.
Every scale and pride, charged up, whole crowd buzzing when I'm rushing from the shadows to the front. I've been waiting just to light this world.
Oh wait, I think some of the people carrying him were actually identifiable people. Let's see. Half black and half white cat girl. Is this like Chiral Chikage, but it gave him ears instead of horns and it made him a girl? Possibly. And then I can't identify these other. They're either too smudged or too generic, so I can't identify them.
Oh, yeah, I'm charged up.
Oh, and there's Eustace the Useful. This is a really good design for him. Look at this. Really looks like him. Oh, and it says Neon Nico Rave. So that's a reference to all the cat girls in Skyebrows videos. Especially, I think this looks like the rave scene with a cat girl here in the most recent Skyebrows video, the Gonna Be Carolina Overdrive. I think this, yeah, it has the same like color scheme, I think. So it's probably meant to be at that same rave. Okay, and then here is Keen, the pirate VTuber, and I think all of these are generic bunny girls dancing around him. Okay, so Ember Paradox in her cat form. Sometimes she has cat ears and a tail. And I think it's Shoe on Head again. And then Griffin Knight. And Nihilith, his hair is a little bit shorter, but it's definitely him. Okay, and then this is Rida Zero, the VTuber who VTubes with this, which is just a brainless android that carries him while he's VTubing. So this cat girl, I think, is named Maya. Okay, and then here's Night Owl. And there is Feeble Mind. And look at the incredibly cool dance they gave to Feeble Mind. And for some reason, the AI thought that he had glasses on with one glasses thing blocked out instead of having an eye patch. Look at that. He's got glasses frames with just one glasses thing blocked out. But yeah, I noticed before that Feeble Mind got a super cool dance in this one. And then Psychro, the friendly survivalist. And Leaflet. And I did notice that on this dance, the AI seems to be like putting her legs in weird places and kind of trying to flash this area as well. I bet it was really hard to get the AI to do that properly. Okay, and then here's Reaving Mango, and look, the eyes on his mask are glowing. I don't think I've seen that before, but it is really cool, and I don't watch him enough to know if that ever actually happens, whether that's part of his character lore or not. But yeah, he's got a cool design here. And this is Zazalia. Sorry, the blue cat girl. Okay, blue-skinned cat girl with white fur. Zazalia Zazezia. Glow in the dark, I'm waking up. And then Silas Frostrunner, and he also has a really cool dance here. And then Mavlek. Look at how cool Mavlek's design is. I understand that he's like a lich gambler is sort of his theme. He hasn't like fully fleshed out his lore. But yeah, look at how cool he looks. And then Gaming Syndicate. Like his character design is so cool that like whenever people put him in videos, he just automatically looks cool pretty much. Okay, and then all of them are being connected by Eli's electricity. Okay, so Chiral Chikage, Eustace the Useful, Lord Intellectual, Lusty Lynx, Mizuki, a lot of these people on the periphery, I just can't see them well enough to tell. They might just be generic people. Here's Powder. This might be Night Owl. I'm not sure. And yeah, these guys in the background, I just can't see them well enough. Oh, crowd buzzing when I rush from the shadows to the front. I've been waiting just to night this world, yeah. And then I paused it at a very bad moment, but let's go back. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, this is Skyebrows. Let's try to find a good pause. You know, that looked good as long as I wasn't pausing it. Okay, so here's a shot that actually looks somewhat good. But yeah, it's getting really smudgy on some of the faces when there's so many people in the same scene. And then, of course, when there's a lot of movement, it usually looks bad if you pause it if there's a lot of movement. But see, it didn't look bad when I didn't pause it. It looked good. So here's Skyebrows giving a high five to Eli Lee. Oh, and then look at this. So his hair is standing up from the static electricity, and then the one who's standing nearest to him, Lusty Lynx, also has her hair standing up from static electricity. So that was probably hard to get it to do that. And then here's Mizuki in her black furred fox form. Okay, and then we got Skyebrows, Eli, and Feeblemind sitting together, and it did the thing again where it puts glasses on Feeblemind, and it didn't even black out this one. But it's mostly good art in here. I've noticed some problems, but it's a first effort, and it's really good for a first effort. And I like the way that it has such like a happy feel. Like the character is just so happy. Like look at this scene with the character being so happy. So yeah, a very happy feel with this video, and the character's really happy, and the music is happy, and everything is quite awesome. Yeah, I really like this. And yeah, I already did that. Okay, and that's Eli Lee's video. And look, he's only got 2 videos total. Yes, 2 videos total. Okay, so the next one we want to do is Sir Squintifier, another small creator. And this is the meme team, Skyebrow Tribute. So let's check the description. So grateful to everyone in the Sky fam. I couldn't have done this without the love and support from all the amazing people Skyebrow has brought together. Yeah, he misspelled Skybrows. Yeah, misspelled Skybrows. But that's okay. He spelled it correctly in the title. Okay, let me just cough and drink a little bit of tea. Okay, let's go. Oh, and I just wanted to, before we go, see, this is him in the thumbnail. Oh, let me bring his actual page up so you can see it better. Yeah, see, here he is. That's him. So this character in the opening scene is Sir Squintifier himself, and it looks like he's like a king. And he's got a lot of lion statues, but they got the glowing green lines, so maybe they're cybernetic lions or something.
Chat scrolls like the end credits. Half asleep on my models lit. Ping the squad, you all up right now. Suddenly 12 pings in my DMs. Pixel, coffee, blue light, halo. All of us grinding for the tiny payload. But we spam, let's go like it's E3. Turn the scuffed into DLC. We got Skyebrows leading the raid. First in the lobby, last one to fade. If one of us falls, we spam, we stay. Reload the love, we're pressing play. From tiny streams to the front page dreams. We're the glitch that broke the seams. When the net gets loud and the hate drags down, Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd. Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd. Dropping y'all good in a late night call when the in view, but we drop that mask when it's just our crew. Am I cringe you ask? Yeah, but you're free. Post that clip, let the cringe just be like heroes in a crossover arc. We link up when the feed goes dark. Screens apart, but side by side. Same raid call, same battle cry. We got Skyebrows leading the raid. First in the lobby, last one to fade. If one of us falls, we spawn, we stay. Reload the love, we're pressing play. From tiny streams to the front page dreams. We're the glitz that broke the seams. When the net gets loud and the hate tracks down, Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd.
Oh, I just had to pause on that one. Yeah, I was trying to do a no pause first watch through, but look at Asmongold, and then see he's wearing cockroach armor, and then he calls the cockroaches he's the cockroach king. I just love this imagery and this ongoing jokes, and that's not just a Skyebrows universe imagery with Asmongold that actually predates Skyebrows, but you know, Skyebrows was the one putting it in animation a lot, whereas before it was mostly just a verbal thing, like, you know, oh, Asmongold is the cockroach king. But he actually has cockroach powers in the Skyebrows universe. And there's Nihilith, and this is a reference to his video, Snack Pack, or is it Snack Party? Something like that, and also a reference to the fact that he's eating in a lot of these videos.
One more GG as the lights blink out. See you next stream, that's what we're about. From one small voice to 1,000 shouts, Skybrow shows us what power's about.
Oh yeah, Skyebrows Cinematic Universe. Yeah, I've seen this logo start to appear. Yeah, I've seen that logo start to appear, but I don't know the story behind this logo.
Holy fuck, this is God tier.
Oh, that was funny, that voice at the end. Okay, and it was made by CapCut. Yeah, I've tried to use CapCut, and I'm just really frustrated with it. I really hate CapCut. To the Sky Fam. Okay, so let's do it. First, I wanted to say that the song was pretty good. It wasn't amazing or anything, but it was pretty good, and I like that it was cheerful and catchy. And the AI animation, I kind of think like he generated a lot of like pretty decent like still photos, and then he used those as a basis for the animation or something like that, because it looks really good at places like this, but then as soon as the characters start moving, it looks a little bit wonky, and it's never terrible, but there is a lot of wonkiness. And I think maybe one of the reasons for that is that he's doing some really detailed stuff from time to time. And sometimes when characters are really detailed and then you start making them move, like this scene here with these three characters, looked like their movements were a little bit too wonky and cartoonish. Okay, so let's do the super pause reaction. Let's go. Okay, and then we got this character, Sir Squintifier, texting with other people that are under Skybrows, the Skyebrows or the Sky Crew or the Sky Fam or the Sky Army or whatever you want to call them.
Chat scrolls like the end credits, how the sleep on my models lit.
Okay, and then this is A Wild Iraqi.
Ping the squad, you all up right now. Suddenly.
Oh, and this is one of those scenes that is really well done. I was complaining a bit about how the animation gets really wonky sometimes, but this particular scene is well done. It's well done from time to time.
12 girl pings in my DMs, big soul coffee.
Okay, and then here's Dawn Halo. I don't know much about her. She's new, but not extremely new. But I really need to go look at her stuff. I haven't done that.
Light halo, all of us grinding for the tiny payload. But we spam, let's go like it's E3. Swim the scuffed in the deep.
Okay, and Psychro, the friendly survival specialist. And then, yeah, all of this, like, water pouring out of his chair and stuff like that, I think is an AI error. And then that seal is the mascot of Mama Brows, or Sky Mom, the Skyebrows' mother. That's her mascot.
Skyebrows leading the
And then there's Skyebrows himself.
first in the lobby, last one to fade. If one of us.
Okay, and then these three guys. This is Kinney the Hound. This guy, I learned his name and I forgot it. This guy, I've only seen him a couple times, and I think someone told me his name, but then I forgot it.
We split, we stay. Reload the love, we're pressing play. From tiny streams to the front page dreams. We're the glitch that broke the seams. When the net gets loud and the hate drags down. Skyebrows.
Okay, and then I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Maybe Torst Wolf. His character is named Lucian, but there's no halo. So since there's no halo, I'm thinking probably not.
It's the whole crowd.
Okay, and then here's Amelia, and there's Creamy Manjaro in ice cream form. And Nuxtaku riding Kaya or Kaya, Hassan Piker's dog, who has electricity powers. And this is one of the errors I was talking about where it's sometimes wonky. Look at these weird giant eyes on Kaya. Really looks bizarre. Oh, but I do like Nux's face here, how he looks like extremely like an anime protagonist. Like some people have been doing his face like this, and I think it actually looks cool. I wasn't sure if I liked it at first, but this anime face protagonist face style, I think it looks good. I've been liking it more and more. Okay, and this guy, I know who he is, but he's new, and I immediately forgot his name.
Late night call when the views feel sus and the doubts go tall. We quote old vines till the tears run dry. Look at all those chickens just to get by.
Okay, I'm not sure if this girl is anyone, but all of these ducks surrounding her that have purple eyes are the angry duck. And there is only one of them, the angry duck, so I'm not sure why there's a whole bunch of them, but that's the angry duck.
When the vibes go hard, is this a win with the victory card? If you're feeling like a side quest, not the main scene, will.
Okay, and then this is DJ Nathaniel. I don't think I've seen him looking this cool before. But yeah, look at him, DJ Nathaniel. Really cool. Or wait, am I saying it right? It's something Nathaniel. Is it DJ Nathaniel or is it something else J Nathaniel? I think it's probably DJ Nathaniel, but it might be something else J Nathaniel.
Still treat your screen like a movie screen. We got Sky.
Okay, and there's Eustace the Useful, and I really like this design for him.
Leading the race. First in the lobby, last one to fade. If one of us falls.
Yeah, and this is one of the places where the animation gets really wonky when he starts crawling in the grass like this. So it really looks a little bit too odd to me here, and there's other errors happening, like his dunce cap sort of splitting in two and showing the landscape between it and stuff like that. Okay, and then this scene with Chiral Chikage is one of those I thought was really well done. I mean, look, when you pause it, it looks great. And when it's moving, it also looks great. So, and look at all the background detail here. So this particular scene, really well done and is not wonky at all.
From tiny streams to the front page streams, where the glitz.
And I'm not sure what this is. Is this one of his like sidekicks or mascot characters, or is this someone else?
Broke the seams when the net gets.
Okay, and then this is Griffin Knight. His wings are a little bit off, and his horns are the wrong color. And he's supposed to have 4 horns instead of 2, but it can be really like nearly impossible to get the AI to give him 4 horns. So a lot of people just give up on that.
Out and the hay drags down. Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd.
Okay, and then here's Dot Pocket and Cross Legends. Okay, and then here's Bupela, and I'm not sure who this is. Oh, is this Alika? No, that's not Alika. I don't know who that is. Okay.
Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd. Say this is fine with the flame.
Okay, and then here is Feeble Mind, and he's doing the This Is Fine meme, one of the most famous memes on the internet.
In view, but we drop that mask when it's just our crew. I'm a cringe you ass, but you're free. Post that clip, let the cringe just be like heroes in a cross.
Okay, and then this I think is Fashizi. Not sure who this is, but this I believe is Fashizi. So yeah, we have 2 purple cat guys. One of them being DepthsWalker and the other one being Fashizi.
Over arc, we link up when the feed goes dark. Screens apart, but side by side, same rate call, same.
Or wait, is that a wolf tail or is that a cat tail? I'm not sure. Maybe he's not a cat.
Battle cry. We got Sky.
Okay, and then there is Keen, the pirate VTuber, and he's got an eye patch instead of the bandana over his eye, which almost all the AI does that because it's really hard to convince the AI to put the bandana over one eye, and I think it's supposed to be this eye too, instead of that eye. But yeah, it's really hard to convince the AI to do that. Wait. His feathers kind of look like carrots, don't they? Yeah, they kind of look like carrots. But other than that, it's a really good picture here and doesn't seem to be too glitchy even in the background.
Leading the race, first in the lobby, last one to fade.
Yeah, that was weird the way that island rose out of the sea, but the animation of the waves before that happened was really well done.
If one of us falls, we spawn, we stay. Reload the.
Okay, and then we got Zezia. This is Vesper, and this is dressed like Lusty Lynx, but has blue hair, which she does not have. So either the AI did an error by giving her blue hair, or this is someone else.
We're pressing play from tiny streams to the front page dreams. We're the glitz that broke the seams.
Okay, and then this is Ember Paradox and Lord Intellectual.
When the net gets loud and the hate tracks down, Skyebrows lifts the whole crowd.
And then Asmongold in his cockroach armor that I was, so impressed by that I had to pause on the first go through. And then Nihilith, and he's got the reference to his video Snack Pack or Snack Party, as well as a reference to the fact that he always eats. And I think when one of these lollipops floats around, it like sprouts additional lollipop sticks and some errors like that.
Skyebrows, lift the whole crowd. One more GG as the lights blue.
Yeah, see, it started sprouting multiple sticks. See, there's a stick here, there's a stick here, and then there's like another stick here, and they're kind of like becoming like ghostly and phasing through each other. Oh, yeah, and when you pause it, look at how twisted his fingers are. But I might not have noticed that unless I had paused it. But this I definitely noticed even without pausing on my previous watch through.
Out. See
And then Skyebrows himself looking down on the whole world.
you next stream, that's what we're about. From one small voice to 1,000 shouts, Skybrow shows us what power's about.
Okay, so that was cool. We got to do a thumbs up. And we are subscribed. Okay, we are subscribed. And then there's this one, also a new one by a really small creator. Enter 2 credits. So FreeSkye AI music video. And I usually try not to react to rough drafts, but people say that this one is really good. And so maybe it's okay to react to it. So FreeSkye, a place where you chase your visions. This might have something to do with Skybrows, but don't let him know. And look, Skybrows has not yet appeared in the comments. Skybrows always appears in the comments very quickly. So I'm actually here before Skybrows appeared. Okay, so let's go and we'll rewind. Yep, and then look at this still picture, how interesting it looks. Oh, actually, why don't we open the page of this person and see if we can figure out. Yeah, I don't see any avatar that represents them. Okay, I don't see any avatar that represents them. So I don't know if this person is them or someone else. Okay, let's go.
Dust on my boots, map in my head, border signs fading, torn like a band. You
wanted to pause and say that I've been recognizing almost none of the characters in this one, but I do recognize a few, and here's Mizuki.
Skies.
Okay, so is there any little bit at the end? Okay, so we've got the, let's reload it again. Okay, so we've got the bookend storytelling. So Skyebrows himself at the very beginning in the landscape, desert landscape full of purple energy, and he's using a map like he's lost or trying to find his way at least. And then at the very end, we have the same thing. So we've got bookend storytelling. I think the song was good. It wasn't great, but it was able to carry itself for the whole length. So 4 minutes and 24 seconds. I actually did not think that it was that long. So when I look and I see how long it is, I'm like, yeah, usually if songs are more than 4 minutes, I think they're a little bit too long unless they're really spectacular. But this one was over 4 minutes, and I didn't even notice it was that long until I looked, and I was like, that seemed like a shorter song. But yeah, so we got a lot of characters in this that I think are original characters, and we've got just a few that I can recognize, like Leaflet. And I think for the most part, it's just all original characters, or it's people that I don't know. This one here, I kind of wondered if she was Aulika Featherfall, but I think the hair is wrong, and she doesn't have a purple cross. But a lot of this AI art is really detailed, and the movements are good for the most part. The eyes especially are really detailed. So I think Enter 2 Credits is good at making these extremely detailed characters with good backgrounds move without creating a whole bunch of AI errors. And it's usually just one character at a time, because it is harder the more characters you put in the same scene. And there are some errors, like the 2 tails error on this cat girl. Unless maybe she's supposed to be a character who has 2 tails. Maybe she's supposed to be that kind of character. But like this scene here where she starts reaching ahead very slowly, I think there's a lot of that kind of style of movement in these scenes, and I think it works really well. Let's look at it. Yeah, see how the camera slowly zooms and she reaches forward slowly? I think this scene, like Enter 2 Credits, is really good at doing movement, at least when there's only one character on screen. And look at how she moves. Yeah, and of course there's lots of AI errors whenever you see the text in this video. But I think it can be really hard to get rid of that. So, yeah. And then look at like the galaxy in her jacket and everything. And then there's another character around here that has like super detailed eyes. Yeah, there's Mizuki again. There was a character somewhere around here that had like super detailed eyes. So I was really interested in their eyes. I'm not sure. Not this one. Not that one. I can't find them. Maybe it was somewhere else in the video. But yeah, so really good at eyes and at movements. And maybe it was this one that I was thinking of. Yeah, I think it was this one that I was thinking of, with the really detailed eyes. Yeah, look at those eyes. Look at how they shine, and they're super detailed, and they're like, yeah, this style here, This is really good looking. This is really good looking. Okay, so let's give it the thumbs up, and let's go ahead and I'm going to subscribe to them. Looks like they've got other stuff, not a whole bunch of stuff, and they are pretty new. But that one was a really good video, so I'm going to subscribe to them based on this video, FreeSkye by Enter 2 credits. And then we still got a couple more videos. So here is DepthsWalker, and this is DepthsWalker's newest video from 5 hours ago. And I'm not caught up on their stuff. I probably should have been watching some of their videos that are a little bit older first, but I saw this and I was excited about it. So I'm just gonna skip my usual procedure and just go straight to the new stuff. But yeah, look at this landscape. This is a super good landscape to start on. Okay, let's go.
Up by the mountain slab, is it truly bright and free, or shaded by what shouldn't be?
I was going to try to do a no pause reaction, but I really liked this one. Philip Chan and Harambe. And remember, they are just friends. They are just friends. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, so many climb these rocky slopes, staining the stone red by the blood of their hopes. All their ideas, lies, truths, and tropes, and added base, those who never tried breathing their cold. We all dream of pastures green, but get nothing without sweat sheet. People feel smart to reach for aid, but worry knows the past betrayed. But trying solo can burn you down. You need others to lighten that frown. We all strive forward, every rest a trap. The mentality can be enough to make you snap. We rest till we are ready, fresh, ready to yap. We can find ourselves falling back down in the crap. We all dream of pastures green, but get nothing without sweat sheet. People feel smart to reach for aid, but worry knows the past betrayed. But trying solo can burn you down. You need others to lighten that frown. crumbling feet, hands shredded raw, no victory sweet. The view, a graveyard of the incomplete, echoes of screams from peaks they untrade. We all dream of pastures green, but stain the rock with what we've been. Sweat and blood buy you the scene. Fame's just a colder, lonelier shame. Reach the top, what do you say? A mirror cracks, oh, staring at me. No gods of blood, oh, no crowd to please, just you in the next stampede. Still not free, the mountain never sets you free. Climb again or rot where you bleed. What is the view from the top? Just more of the feet. Just more of the feet.
Okay, so let's reload that. Now, I wanted to mention, look, this is another long one, more than 5 minutes, but I think the music carried it. It didn't feel like it was too long of a song. And the imagery here, it talks about the struggles that all of us face as YouTubers, not just the small YouTubers like a lot of us Skyebrows are under Skyebrows, but also it shows big YouTubers like Hassan and Asmongold, and I think some other big YouTubers I don't recognize. It shows them also involved in the same struggle, and like Hassan is just riding in an elevator up that says nepotism and stuff like that. So there's a lot of comments on how it is to climb in YouTube and how you have to help each other, and how it's unfair, and as you can see, like Asmongold actually does get to the top, but then another big cliff tower to climb forms out of lava behind him, so that he has even more to climb. So even the super big ones like Asmongold are made to like continuously climb. So let's having talked about the symbolism and the music a little bit, let's go ahead and do the super pause reaction. And see, as the sun is setting, we see all these lights up here, and then the lights begin to come down here too, and that's the camps. So all these people trying to climb here, and then the people camping down below getting ready to climb. And then here's, and I think all of these just represent generic YouTubers because they're so undetailed and similar to each other. But yeah, see, they're all trying to climb up to YouTube success, and a lot of them are falling. And I think the animation of some of these guys falling is actually kind of hilarious. I was like, I had to keep myself from laughing when I was doing the first watch through. Like, it's not the fact that they're falling, but sort of like the style by which they fall, the exact way that they flail around and stuff as they fall looks a little bit weird and humorous. Okay, and then here is Cross Legends in a super realistic form. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like videos that switch back and forth between like realistic, almost live action, and the more animated ones. Sometimes I find that jarring. It's not too jarring here, but in a lot of videos I do find that jarring. I like the animation style to stay mostly consistent. And then I'm not sure if this guy represents a generic YouTuber or if he's someone in particular. He looks like Matt Walsh, but I'm thinking he probably isn't. Is this like who is that guy? Is this like Benny Johnson? Or I'm not sure who this is, but he does appear later on, so he probably is someone in particular.
What is the view?
And then this is DepthsWalker himself, so he's appearing in his own video. He's a cat guy, mage with purple powers.
From the top, up by the mountain.
Okay, and then here is Silas Frostrunner, and then this Trump represents Silas Frostrunner's brother. So that's not actually Trump, that's Silas Frostrunner's brother.
Until the slab, is it truly bright and free, or shaded by what shouldn't be?
And then, sorry, I yanked the microphone. Okay, sorry. This is Banana Juju, and I noticed she's got the monkey ears and the monkey tail, which it's really hard to convince the AI to give her that, I've heard. So, yeah, really good job in managing to give her the monkey ears and the monkey tail. And then Lord Intellectual. And then this is the one that I paused at before. So this is Philip Chan, and he's about to get pulled up by Harambe, who is a real-life gorilla, not a VTuber, and is also deceased. So he's about, and he made a joke about Harambe, and no one will ever let him forget it. And he has the most amazing reaction videos to his own cameos. You have to go see him react. In fact, everyone should go tell him about Pastures Green so that he'll react to this video. That'll be cool to see.
So many climbing.
Okay, and then this guy, I'm not sure if this is someone in specific or just a generic YouTuber.
These rocky slopes, staining the stone red by the blood of their hopes, all their ideas, lies, truths, and...
But yeah, so here's a huge crowd. So that person fell down, and then here's a huge crowd, and see, oh, sorry, cat keeps jumping on me. Here they've got the YouTube symbol on their t-shirts. So these are like symbolizing YouTube itself, and they're handing out copium to all of these generic YouTubers who are trying to ascend. So they've got these copium masks, and that's a reference to the meme where like people are huffing copium in order to cope with things.
and tropes and added base, those who never tried breathing their code. We all dream of passion.
Okay, so here is Kirsha climbing up successfully as Anna Valens falls down. And Anna Valens is a troll that was trying to completely destroy Kirsha's career and utterly failed. So Kirsha goes up and Anna Valens falls down. Okay, and then here's the thing I mentioned before. See, here's Nuxtaku or Nuxanor is climbing up the hard way, and Chiral Chikage Chi is also climbing up the hard way. And then here's Hassan Piker, who is going up in a nepotism elevator. And yeah, I never watched him except for these like tiny clips that like Asmongold or other people would react to. I can't watch him because he's one of the people that has such a creepy face that I could never stand watching him. I was like, ew. Him, Destiny, and Vosh, I know almost nothing about them except for what people like Asmongold and other complainers say about them because I can't watch them. They've all got incredibly creepy faces. But yeah, I have that creepy faces problem where when someone has a really creepy face, I just can't watch them. But yeah, he's the, I think he's the nephew or some relative of the YouTubers, the Young Turks, who are really, really huge YouTubers and who boosted his career up. So that's why he has the nepotism elevator. And I used to watch the Young Turks all the time. I really, really loved watching them. But I think it was about 3 years ago, there was something that they were saying that I found out was absolutely, definitely, provably a big lie, but they were really pushing it. And I actually even forget what it was now. I don't remember what it was anymore. But I remember I looked into it in a lot of detail, and I was absolutely sure they were lying. And I was like, if they're going to straight up lie, you know, this wasn't something like they were just maybe like mistaken or something. It was straight up lying. And I was like, if they're just going to straight up lie about something like this, I'm just not going to watch you guys anymore. So I think it's been about 3 years since I've been watching the Young Turks. And I knew that he was associated with them, but I didn't really know how much until people started talking about the nepotism a lot. And then I was like, oh, that's how he got super popular. You know, nepotism. Okay, so let's go. Oh, yeah, and then did you see he was tossing rocks at the people trying to get up the hard way? Oh, and then here is Griffin Knight, and I'm really impressed that he actually has the 4 horns in the right shape, and he's got like the stars and galaxies in his wings, which are probably incredibly difficult details to get correct. And then he's going to pull up Night Owl.
Far to reach for aid, but worry knows the past betrayed, but trying so.
And then I don't know who this guy is. Is this like some specific YouTuber who failed? He doesn't look like the generic YouTubers before. He looks like too specific. I bet he represents someone in particular.
Can burn you down. You need a
Okay, and then we've got Powder and Keen climbing up. And this looks like Skyebrows, but has a beard. So maybe it's someone else, or maybe it's just the AI is making errors where it's really determined to give him a beard. AI does stuff like that sometimes.
to lighten that frown. We'll strive forward, every rest a trap. The mentality can be.
Okay, and then here is Lusty Lynx and Eustace the Useful. And here's Feeble Mind, and I think, and this is Leaflet in her slime form on this sign. So I think that means that they're listening to Slimecore radio, and he's tied up these two to like force them to listen to Slimecore radio. I'm not quite sure.
Enough to make you snap. We rest till we are ready, fresh, ready to yap. We can find ourselves fall.
Oh, and then this scene where DepthsWalker is falling down, I like the way he like falls like a cat. Like his movements as he falls are like very cat-like. It's funny.
Ready, fresh, ready to yap. We can find ourselves falling back down in the crap. We all dream of Pastures Green.
Okay, and then here is Psychro, the friendly survival specialist. Here is Mavluck, and then here is Gaming Syndicate. And Mavluck has a really cool design in this scene. Look at that. And then I guess these are the campfires of many other people who are trying to come up to the bottom of this so that they can climb.
Get nothing without sweatsheet. People feel small.
Okay, and then Lord Intellectual and Ember Paradox.
Hard to reach for aid, but worry knows the past betrayed. But trying solo can
Okay, and then this guy, I have no idea who this is.
burn you down. You need others to love.
Okay, and then we got Nux Taku. and his mask is kind of melting into his head, but it can be hard to deal with that mask. Mavluck and Eustace the Useful. Oh, and the campfire they're sitting around is probably symbolic of the campfire mentioned in the lyrics of Cream of the Slop that's become such a symbol in the Skyebrows community. Okay, and then I think Lusty Lynx, Smug-Alana in her Firefox form, and Psychro, the friendly survival specialist. Okay, and then we've got probably Gaming Syndicate, although it's hard to tell from the back. This is Powder in her horned form, I think. And then Griffin Knight. And look at how tiny she is. I don't think she's actually supposed to be quite this small. Okay, let's go. Okay, and then Lord Intellectual and Ember Paradox in her cat form. And then we got Eustace the Useful, Mavluck, and Nux Taku.
A brief open path may give you false light. If you can navigate, it gets very tight.
Oh, and did you notice what the lyrics were talking about? And they were talking about a false path. And then look at this. And DepthsWalker avoids this thing and walks on this path again. So it's like there's false paths to the top that will appear, and you just need to avoid them.
It's very tight. It can.
Okay, and then Keen, who appears to be a redhead now for some reason, and DepthsWalker again.
Be the trap set by some parasite.
Oh, and then his hair turned to green, and then it turned back to red again. That was a funny error.
Sometimes the darker path will reach greater heights. We all dream of Pastures Green, but get.
Okay, and then this guy that looks like Matt Walsh is back again. I'm wondering who he is.
Nothing without sweatsheet. People feel.
Okay, and there is an extremely cute design of Rida Zero, and this is the android cat girl who holds him, and she and he are both part of his VTuber model, but he's the animated part of the VTuber model, and she just stands there brainlessly holding him because she's not piloted by anyone. Okay, not sure who this is. I think it might be a generic YouTuber. Oh, but he betrayed someone. So maybe this is a YouTuber who betrayed someone to cause them to fall down.
But trying solo can burn you down.
Not sure who this is, but it says trying it solo can burn you down. Yeah, it can be hard to do the solo YouTube stuff. You need a community around you.
You need others to lighten that frown.
Okay, and then this is the owner of the channel Louisverse, and this character is Lady Wasabi that represents her. And this is Bupela, and this is Avted Fatash. Let's go. Okay, and then I think this is DepthsWalker in cat form. I'm not sure. This is Rida Zero. This thing, I have no idea what this is. I don't know this one. It wouldn't let me pause. Why wouldn't it let me pause? Okay. Let's go. Okay, so we got Silas Frostrunner with his brother, and then this baby is his actual baby who streams with him a lot. Yeah, the baby doesn't have a VTuber model or anything like that, but you know, you can often hear the baby trying to hit the microphone and stuff like that, little shenanigans. Okay, and then there is Powder. There's Skyebrows. It really looks like him, and it's even got the slightly, see how there's like sort of like see the ghosting of the outline. That's a Skyebrows characteristic to help distinguish him from other characters. But yeah, definitely has a little bit of a beard there. So I think that's just an AI error. Probably the AI was determined to do that to him. And then there's Keen again. Oh, and he actually has the bandana over one eye. So that is unusual. It actually worked. Okay, and then we got Night Owl. This is Underworld Fox VTuber, I'm pretty sure, because the armor looks correct. For some reason, he's got black hair with the orange. I'm pretty sure his hair is entirely orange. But I did see one other video where he had black hair, so maybe he's changing his model or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's Underworld Fox VTuber, and then that is Griffin Knight. Very impressively done with the four horns actually appearing and the galaxies in the wings. Okay, and then this is like some sort of evil version of a Creamy Manjaro, an original Skyebrows character, but he's like red and he's melting, and he's got a really evil expression on his face. So I think, I'm not sure what this represents. Maybe this is the mountain they've all been climbing, and it's like Creamy Manjaro's evil brother or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, look at how evil he looks.
Back, empty-eyed, no golden throne, no cheering tide.
Okay, so then we got Lusty Lynx, Smuggalana, and Psychro, the friendly survival specialist.
When the gods temples that creak, the crown you chase is razor bleak.
And there's Cross Legends again, so everyone's getting higher and higher, but there's still a lot of climbing to do.
Claw the last few crumbling feet, hand shredded raw, no victory sweet, the view great.
Yep, and then I'm not sure if this is a specific VTuber, but I think these down here are all generics. These are all YouTubers who fell down and failed.
Guard of the incomplete, echoes of screams from peaks they untrain. We all dream of.
Yep, and then see, it's the Pastures Green, and then the lyrics are talking about it too. And then here's a green, nice area with the flowers and the flowering tree and everything, where DepthsWalker, Psychro, and Griffin Knight are hanging out. So yeah, there is a green pasture that exists.
Pastures green, but stain the rock with.
Okay, and then here's Nihilith, who is eating. That is an eating joke, which are always being told about Nihilith. And then here's Trucker Man and Nazca Holy Goddess.
What we've been.
Oh, and he is a coyote. He's got coyote ears.
Sweat and blood buy you the scene. Fame's just a colder, lonelier shame. Reach the.
Okay, and then there was, where was it? Okay, there's Skyebrows, and see how he's got, see that little outline there, that little outline? So that's like a characteristic that people often use to distinguish Skyebrows from other similar looking characters.
Reach the top.
And Leaflet, and then see how high Leaflet has managed to climb. She's a big VTuber. And there's Keen, the pirate VTuber. And Mizuki in her white furred form.
A mirror cracks, oh, staring at me. No gods of blood, oh, no clouds of please. Just show in the next stampede.
Okay, and then we had, let's stop it again. Okay, Silas Frostrunner and his brother Trump again. And there's Moomy from Moomy Playing Games.
Free, The mountain never sets you free. Climb again, alright, where you bleed. What is the view?
Okay, and then here's Asmongold, and then see he's reached the top, but then a new mountain is forming behind him that he also has to climb. So he is super big YouTuber. I think he's like, I don't know, 20 million or something huge like that. So super, super huge. But even he has to continuously climb. So yeah, it's difficult to be a YouTuber.
From the top, just more of the feet. Just more of
And then Lord Intellectual again.
the feet.
And then we got Feeble Mind, Eustace the Useful, and Lusty Lynx. And I see that the dunce that's supposed to be on his cap is just completely distorted. And I don't think that eye patch is supposed to have whatever that weird yellow thing is on it. I think it's not supposed to. I mean, he has been updating his model, so maybe it does, but I don't think it's supposed to. Okay, so very, very cool stuff there. Okay, and then we got one more video. Okay, let's go here. So Psychro, the Friendly Survival Specialist, he came out with another one. So Nuclear Halo. So let's go and watch this one. Okay, let's look at the description real quickly. Let's see, I don't have the YouTube ID of all the people. I will update when I get it. So Del Demon. Oh, that was the one I was trying to think of before. Kenny the Hound. I know him. I do not know Captain Rudy. Let's see. Roboticus Prime. I do not know. Captain Remington. I do not know. JJ. I know JJ, but I'm not sure what form JJ has. Is JJ the purple wolf? I'm thinking JJ might be the purple wolf. I can't quite remember. Okay, so let's go through. Okay, so we've got a nuclear landscape here, and more realistic style of animation than I was expecting. And then I think this is Psychro, the Friendly Survival Specialist, but I haven't seen him with a halo before. However, this song is called Nuclear Halo, so I bet this will be explained in the video.
Stay strong, survive to thrive, breathing in fallout air, but I'm still alive. Nuclear halo, burn on my skin. I walk through the ash like I'm born to win. One sky, red veil over rusted steel. Sirens still crying, but I don't kneel.
Green in my eyes.
When I look at the fire, every scar on my body feeds my desire. No can annihilate. They're in my sight. I was forged in the blast. I was made for the fight. Cold ground, blueprints and bone dust lines. All of my ghosts marching behind. every scar on my body. Feeds my desire, nuke and annihilate every fear, every lie. I survived all your endings, I refuse to die.
Oh, there's that logo again. Yeah, everyone's using this logo now. I bet someone created a logo for us. I'll have to ask people about it.
Holy fuck, this is God tier.
Oh man, that silly voice again. I love that. Okay, so we'll give it a thumbs up. The music, I just wasn't into it. It's a little bit too hard and too heavy. I like the happy music, and this is kind of like all this is really mopey music. So yeah, I'm just not into it. It's not bad, but it's just not my thing. Let's see. And so it's interesting to see Psychro without his mask. So it's showing us what he looks like without his mask in this video. And it's also showing, I guess, more of his backstory, that he's got these nuclear war powers, where he's a survivor of a nuclear war. Everything's been nuked, and he's survived, but he's got the power of like uranium inside him. And then this, where is it? This has got to be Del Demon. I've barely know him. Del Demon, I've seen him just like a little bit, but haven't really looked at it. So this is Del Demon, I'm pretty sure. And let's go from here.
Survived.
Okay, so then we've got Kinney the Hound. And I know him, he's pretty new. He's like, he's Dot Pocket's friend, I think. Yeah, I think he's Dot Pocket's friend.
To thrive.
Oh, and he's also created content. Kinney the Hound has created content. And this is, I know who this is. Why am my brain is not braining. Gaming Syndicate. Yes, Gaming Syndicate. He is one of the long-term Skyebrows in the Skyebrows universe. So he is long-term. So Gaming Syndicate.
But
okay, this guy, I used to know his name. He's pretty new, I think. I do not know his name. I'm sorry.
Still alive, nuclear halo, burn on my skin. I walk through the ash like I'm born to win.
And then here is Skyebrows himself, and look at, he's got the like, he's really got a strong effect of, usually he's like displaced just a little bit, so it affects his outline just barely, but look at this, he's really got a lot of displacement going on. We've got the white, the red, the green, and the blue, slightly different colored displacement stuff going on with him. So you can definitely tell it's Skyebrows when you see that effect. Okay, and then this is Louisverse, or Lady Wasabi, with the channel Louisverse Cinematics, and she's the creator of the Red Veil universe. Okay, and then this is DepthsWalker, I think. It's or is it DJ Nathaniel? We've got too many purple people. I think this is DepthsWalker, but it could be DJ Nathaniel.
I'm crying, but I don't kneel.
Green in my eyes.
When I look at the fire, every scar on my body feeds my desire. No can annihilate. They're in my sight. I was forged in the blast. I was made for the...
Okay, so here is A Wild Iraqi. And it looks like in the previous scene, it looks like if Psychro isn't careful. Yeah, it looks like if Psychro isn't careful, that a whole bunch of nuclear waste comes out of him and destroys the whole area. So so it looks like that's something that he has to like hold this in with his power, or maybe he has to periodically go to a totally destroyed area and release a bunch of it so that it's not building up too much inside him. Okay, let's go. And then A Wild Iraqi. And then here's Mr. Kivox. He's really new. Okay, and then is this Cyber Nuggets? Cyber Nuggets is like an elf with blue hair, and he has like a mecha that looks like this, I'm thinking. So this might be Cyber Nuggets riding inside his mecha, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
And bone dust lines, all of my ghosts marching behind.
Okay, and someone told me who this is, but I forgot.
Green glow,
And then here is Dot Pocket.
the edge of the crater. I stare at the
And then Dawn Halo.
void. I'll come back later. One sky,
And then Skyebrows again.
red veil,
And then Louisverse or Lady Wasabi.
but I don't.
Oh, and I don't know if you realize that, but look at her sword. It says Red Veil, although it's misspelled. It's supposed to be V-E-I-L, V-E-I-L. But yeah, that's her universe.
Red veil, but I don't fall. My heart like uranium, heavy and cold.
Green in my eyes.
When I look at the fire, every scar on my
Okay, and then this is Delta Wolf. Yeah, he's kind of new, Delta Wolf.
body feeds
Do not know who this is.
my desire. Looking and
Okay, and then this is what Psychro looks like without his mask.
every doubt in my mind.
And I think this is just some generic enemy.
I was raised by the ruin on the end of your kind. Break, only sharpen with the pain. Yeah, let the ruins remember, let 'em whisper my name. When I look at the fire, every scar on my body feeds my desire. Nuke and annihilate every fear, every lie. I
Wait, did his head just fall off in that scene? That previous scene? Did his head fall off? Let me look at that again.
annihilate every fear.
Yeah. Look, his head fell off. Yeah, look at that. His head fell off. So maybe his head comes off sometimes, but he can put it back on. Or maybe that's just an AI error. I'm not sure.
Every lie, I survived all your endings. I refuse to die.
Now, even though I said I wasn't into this song, I am into a little bit of it, and sort of these sort of echoing sounds, these weird echoing sounds. I like these. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, that sound right there. That was a really interesting sound, so I liked that. Okay, so that was our last video. So what was that, 7 or 8 videos? Really good, and I'll try to get this up soon. I was really happy to be able to watch so many. I feel kind of bad putting them into multi-packs because some of these do definitely deserve solo reacts, but that's just what I gotta do to get through them. It was lots of fun, and I look forward. I've got a whole bunch on my list to get next time, too. It was lots of fun.